Amanda?
It's Amanda. Yeah.
Amanda, right. Amanda, what do we need to fix?
Oh, what doesn't? Everything from waist downwards. Ankle issue with drop foot, and I don't have full movement in this ankle. I can move it a little bit, but so then I've been walking wonky for 20 years, partly because of the ankle. That's then sort of ended up in the knees with osteoarthritis, I think.
Okay.
But my main issue is like the clenching of the glutes.
Okay.
So yeah, I just cannot walk, but I can walk, but not for more than 5 or 10 minutes before I need to have a sit down. And then I'm just so unbalanced. But my knees, I can't get them. I can't go upstairs. There's no strength in the knees, no strength in this thigh muscle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and how long have you been like this?
The knee break, the ankle break was 20 years ago, but it's all been coming on. And really the last 2 years, I get the walking for more than 15 minutes. But now, this year, I've ended up, if I'm going to walk for very far, then I do end up using either the trekking poles or a walking stick.
Wow, okay. Let's see if we
Some
can
days,
fix
not
it.
every day. Sometimes it feels okay, but I can't walk for more than 10 minutes.
Right. Okay, cool. Right, now the reason I wear white is so that as energies get pulled off you, I don't get contaminated. They can see where they are in my space and move them out. Right, see if we can get some windows open or the door, just to get a bit of air circulating. But without the wind tunnel kind of effect. Okay. So what I do, and this is the most important part of every healing, is I ask for healing for the person in accordance with God's will. And so what then happens is one or other of my hands or my whole body starts to be moved, and I just observe what's happening. Sometimes I might be swayed forwards or backwards. It's to give me an indication whether to move towards Amanda or away from her. My logical brain would think work on the knees first or work on the ankle, but no, he's starting with the crown chakra and the head. And just as of last night in Leeds, as the sound comes through, they've started vibrating my diaphragm more than they've ever done before. And I think this is in preparation for going into a recording studio very soon to work with sound to produce a collection of CDs that will help heal people. Amanda, as the sound goes through, what's happening for you?
Sort of feeling a little bit tingly up and down the spine in a really nice way.
A nice way, cool.
A bit of a headache at the front, very mild headache.
Okay, and so what's happening at the moment? I've got the word examining, and so there is a surgeon knelt examining the left ankle. Just notice how the left foot's feeling at the moment.
A bit itchy.
Bit itchy, yeah. Whereabouts is it itchy? Is it itchy around the ankle?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. So there is a surgeon working there at the moment. When I work, usually there's 1 to 3 different surgeons working. There's a total of 17 in the team. And sometimes, if I'm working on an ankle, I'll need to crouch down and touch the ankle, but at the moment they're just making me work a good distance away. Let's just try flexibility in that ankle with the drop foot, see how that's feeling.
Stiff in the calf muscle.
Yeah,
So the tension and the restriction in the calf.
cool. But you're getting more movement out of that ankle now?
Let me take my shoe off.
Yeah, cool.
In my door, it's always been that I couldn't really get the toes very far off the floor.
Do you want to take the other shoe off and just try walking bare feet just to see how that feels?
So much restriction around here.
Yeah, so how does it feel compared to how it was before?
It actually feels tighter.
Yeah.
Keep my feet smooth down.
Can't notice anything from here. And again, just try walking.
Better on the ankle.
Better on the ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what the sound is doing, sometimes the sound is used as sonar to give feedback on what's blocked. This particular sound is being used to break up crystalline structures that are formed within the ankle and within the calf muscles that need releasing. Right, again, just try walking, notice how that feels.
So what if I can sort of walk a little bit more balanced?
Yeah.
You're walking straighter.
Yes. Because I always like walk as if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
So if I had to do a sobriety test,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the policeman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never, well, for not years, I haven't been able to walk without like wobbling like that. So
Yeah.
that part is much better.
Yeah, cool. So have a seat now. I'm just going to look at both of these and then we're going to get you walking again. Cool. So just remind me what's been wrong with the knees.
I've had MRIs and X-rays which has shown that there is some osteoarthritis, but over the last 2 years they've become so stiff so that the joint won't fully flex, and the left one again particularly, I can't go upstairs without holding on, can't go downstairs without overbalancing, and I just cannot run.
Yeah.
Even, across the room, can't run at all, can't make
Okay.
that movement.
Yeah. Okay, so as I'm working, there's a very intense vibration, very compact vibration. I've been doing this now for 24 years, and so over that time I've formed like a database of different hand movements and what they all mean. And very often they will go backwards and forwards, laterally, and then vertically, and then diagonally. This time they're starting with a diagonal, and each time the hand moves, it's like it's giving feedback on what is still stuck within there. Sometimes there are big jumps, like hitting ridges of rubber. Other times it's a lot more subtle. Now this is like having a hammer and a chisel to take something out of that knee. Now just try extending that.
It's not crunchy yet.
Not crunchy.
Normal crunchy.
Right, cool. And now I'm going to come around that side as well. And your left one's the worst, eh?
Yeah.
Now, as soon as I've sat down there, I got this, felt a bit out of balance, and also felt nauseous. And are there times where the pain from that knee makes you nauseous? You know, that sickly feeling?
Yeah, it's more of a gritting of my teeth feeling, hence walking causes me to grit my teeth, especially going up even a slight slope.
Okay. All right, now this is the thing, all disease is energy. It's either too much energy in a part of your body, not enough, or the energy's got stuck. That's all it ever is. And what causes the energy to get stuck? Well, inside of this physical form is us. We are a spirit, a vast spirit that is in this form, and we extend beyond this form. How do I know that? If you close your eyes, just notice if you can sense the feeling of this room, not the temperature, but you can feel how the energy of this room feels. It feels quite light, doesn't feel heavy. The fact that we can think of somebody who's not with us and sense how they're feeling, tune into them, to me that's evidence that part of our faculties extends beyond this physical form. Now, while we are in this physical form, we have thoughts, we experience thoughts in our head, and then those thoughts get converted into feelings. And I'll just give you an example. I want you to imagine you've won the lotto. Ooh, imagine how exciting that would be. You know how every cell in your body would be excited. Any aches or pains you're going to forget about temporarily, because you're just like, oh my God, who am I going to tell? Right. Now, I want you to imagine you're stuck in traffic, you're late. You've been late before, you're going to be in trouble with the boss, and there's nothing you can... Notice how in your gut that starts to feel. Or the mother-in-law's coming to stay. Yeah, that does it as well, don't you? So what happens is, there's a thought in our head, and that thought then gets reflected in the body as a feeling. Some feelings make us feel great, endorphins, serotonin. Other chemicals make us feel not so good. Cortisol, adrenaline, and we tend to not feel those feelings. We tend to just get on with life and push the feelings down. But of course the chemicals then stay in our cells. And when we want to feel better, we need to feel better, feel our feelings better. And sometimes it's old stuck energy, and that's why I give everybody a spoonful of the purple powder as they come in the door. That purple powder puts energy into your cells. It'll start you processing and releasing things, so it makes the healings faster. Now this isn't complete, not by quite a way, but just try extending it first. And just try walking on it. We need to get some feedback on both of these. That does feel better.
Can I run? No.
Not yet. We've got to fix your back. You can't. But
Can't
the knees,
run before I can
knees
walk.
feeling good?
Yes. I mean, stairs are the big challenge.
Right.
Because
But we've got to do your back
Yeah.
first. So let's,
Oh, okay.
So
It's the back as well.
Yes, you've got to come and stand here. Yeah, and your glutes as well as your back. Yeah, got to fix it.
Am I standing here?
Yes, you stand there. That's cool. Right, okay. Okay, so to do this kind of healing, I have to be very, very present. I can't be thinking about what I'm having for my tea. Very, very present, very, very still, and I just wait, and my energy is guided somewhere. There's I stand at a particular distance from the body, and then my body is used to ground or anchor the energy, the spiritual energy in this dimension, using my awareness and the spirit doctor's awareness. Okay. Right, Amanda, try walking around again. Notice how that feels.
Feels a lot nicer.
Well, a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Cool, and then face that way again. I've still got work to do. Right, so the surgeon that's working through it at the moment is called Dr. Augusto de Almeida. He's been in spirit world 200 years. He works also with John of God in Brazil. When he works through John of God in Brazil, he will use a scalpel, a few drops of blessed water, no anaesthesia, and he will make an incision in the body. Here in the UK, here in New Zealand, for me, he works using only sound and light technology because I'd probably go to jail. I'd never go to jail next time. Using a scalpel on you guys. Now the truth is they don't need to use a scalpel because it's spiritual healing. In Brazil they will use a scalpel just for those people that need to know they really have had a physical surgery. They're using my body as like a surrogate for Amanda's body. That time they lifted up my toes from my heel as the sound came through, and they were balancing left and right side. Right, Amanda, another walk around, please. It's looking a lot better, right?
Yeah.
Right, sit down again. He's going to work again on the left foot. He's going to work again there. God bless. God bless. All right, now this time he's actually, so far everything has been energy work. Now he's actually going to do the surgery. So just close your eyes and just let me know whatever happens for you. It's unlikely to be painful, but he is going to do surgery by the looks of things. So in my mind's eye I see like a cloth being laid down, and then I see surgical instruments being used. First thing they're doing is they're checking the flow of energy across the four, I guess they're tarsals, that's what popped into my head. You have metatarsals, don't you? But they're the five parts of the toe. Then they're looking at the connection of the foot with the earth. Now the sole of your foot is where your soul connects with the earth. Never thought of that. That's why it's called a soul. Yeah, so you are a soul in a body, and that's where the soul connects with the earth. And there's a saying by the Buddha which is along the lines of, foot can't really know foot until foot touches the earth. Yeah, and I also believe that if we extrapolate that, we can't know who we are until we connect with other people or other sentient beings or the earth. That's part of our physical experience. If we lock ourselves away in a monastery and have no interaction with any other people, we don't get to know ourselves. There are times in our lives that is very, very useful, but for most of us, no, we need to be interacting with other people, getting feedback on how we are holding our energy and how we are coming across. Okay, right. Now he wants to check everything's in the right place before he strengthens that. So if you can walk around again. It's looking even more normal, isn't it? That is looking a lot. Does it feel good to you?
It does.
Yeah. Right, sit down. He's still going to make some adjustments before he strengthens. There's more he can do to get that right. This time he's going into the inside part of the ankle. Now, if we we talk about the metaphysical cause for disease, all right, so all disease on a physical level will have a metaphysical cause. What I mean by this is this. If you've got an upset stomach and you've eaten something funny, then it's because of the food that you've eaten. If you've got an upset stomach but you've not eaten anything funny, we look to see where you've been upset emotionally, because this is where we get upset emotionally. Yeah? It's also where we store our creativity. So sometimes if we put on weight here, it's because we need to use our creativity more. Now, your life path has been about you standing up for yourself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
A little bit.
It does, and because the legs are all about how we stand up for ourselves. That's what it's about. It's about how we stand up for ourselves. The surgeon is explaining he doesn't mean standing up for ourselves in a selfish way, putting our needs ahead of others. He means standing up for ourselves and expressing how we feel to others. Yeah, cool. Right, now he's happier with that now. Just walk around again, Amanda, notice how that feels.
Able to more balance.
That is good, eh? He took 3 bits of something out of there. I don't know what they were, he just went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, walk back this way. It is, it's looking a lot better. Okay. Yep, he says he's going to strengthen at that. It may well be that sometime further down the path he can do more work for you and get you even better. But for the purposes of what we're doing this evening, that's a good place to get you to where you're more in balance, more in alignment, and less energetic blocked than you were before. Right, one last little test drive, just to see how that feels. We've got a real heel toe thing going now, haven't we, that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that, the heel toe.
Oh,
I'm
that's
thinking about
good.
the balance.
Yeah, that's good. Now you said the real test will be upward steps.
Yeah.
We're not getting
All steps. All
All
steps.
steps. I think we've got just 1 or 2 steps outside there. I'll just have a quick look. Just see if we have. Alright, so we might need to leave that for you to try again.
Walk back.
Yeah. Give it a round of applause.